Welcome back, guys. What's going on? Thank you for clicking into this video. That's right, it's Great Talks Wrestling back again. Time to talk about some wrestling shows that I watched over the weekend. That's right, AEW Dynamite on ITV was Friday night. Sunday morning, it was New Japan's Destruction in Kobe. But before we get to that, I want to talk a little bit about wrestling podcasts. I'm sure I'm not the only fan that listens to wrestling podcasts. I know I'm not the only fan. They're very popular in the wrestling community, the wrestling podcasts, mainly the ones that are hosted by former wrestlers and wrestling personalities from the past. But in my opinion, and I know I'm not the only fan that has noticed this trend that is going with these podcasts recently, especially, like I said, the ones that are hosted by former wrestlers, the ones that are hosted by wrestling personalities from the past. And that narrative that is being pushed by the majority of them is that the WWE can do no wrong, while AEW can do nothing right. Now, don't get me wrong. I am an AEW fan, not a WWE fan anymore. I've had enough of that company and everything they stand for. I don't agree with it. I don't watch it. I don't like it. I don't enjoy it. Yeah, some of their wrestlers are really talented and I do enjoy them, like your AJ Styles, your Chelsea Green, you can see on the wall back there. They're there for a reason. But I don't watch WWE. I've given up on them. I really have, after they gave up on fans. As for AEW, yeah, they're not perfect. A lot of their stuff is questionable. Some of their shows aren't great. But I enjoy the majority of it. And that's just my personal opinion. But there is a narrative going out, and you cannot deny it, that they are pushing this narrative from these podcasts that the WWE can do no wrong, while AEW can do nothing right. It is so obvious. Now, not every podcast, not every single one of them, I say the majority of them, not every single one of them falls into that trap. For example, there's Vince Russo and his brand, and any show that he appears on, really, like the Coach and Bro show with Jonathan Coachman and Vince Russo, that's pretty entertaining. And Sports Keeda with Vince Russo as well. They stand out. Vince Russo, why? Because he doesn't watch AEW, so he doesn't comment on it. But he is brutally honest about WWE and its current state, echoing the frustrations of myself and many other fans. There are others. There's Talk is Jericho. Jericho doesn't really talk about current wrestling. He interviews a few wrestlers here and there, but not much else, really. My World with Jeff Jarrett, Double J tends to stay fair, in my opinion. Though Jarrett is on AEW's payroll, probably plays into that a little bit. But then there are those podcasts that are blatantly biased towards the WWE. It's embarrassing now. It really is. And let's start off with Bruce Pritchard's Something to Wrestle With. Now, I know Bruce Pritchard is no longer on the show because he's working for the WWE too much. He can't get away. Then they've replaced him with JBL. And he practically worships the WWE. He refuses to criticise anything they do. Now, Conrad is likeable. I enjoy Conrad. And in every show he is on, I do like Conrad. And he seems to be just a wrestling fan like myself and like many others. But he rarely pushes back on with any of his hosts, rarely argues with them. It's very, very rare that you see that. Jim Cornette's Drive-Thru and Experience. Now, Cornette is entertaining. He really is, and I do enjoy the majority of his shows, I really do. But when it comes down to current wrestling, yeah. I mean, Jim is playing it still feels like he's playing his old gimmick during the shows, which is great. But he'll tear apart every detail of AEW. He invents insulting nicknames and obsesses over their ratings. But when it comes to WWE, he cherry picks what he likes and ignores the rest. It's blatant. It's so obvious. His co-host, Mr. Last, rarely challenges him as well. Very similar to Conrad. Rarely challenges Jim at all. Busted Open, they're the worst. They are by far the worst. I mean, with guys like Bully Ray, Tommy Dreamer, Mark Henry, all of whom are tied to the WWE in some way. It's no surprise they toe the company line. I mean, it comes across as shilling to the highest degree. Then we've got Keeping It 100 with Conan. And we all know his connections with WWE, through AAA, through Rey Mysterio and his family. It's clear why he avoids criticising the company. And then you've got Disco. He's just a Klingon. Has been his whole career. That's what he does. 83 weeks. You've got Eric Bischoff there. And his bitterness just shines through. He still seems resentful for everything that happened with WCW, and resentful for the fact that Tony Khan has been able to make AEW quite a success and has actually thrived and actually been able to stay alive, unlike WCW, which Eric Bischoff was the main factor in killing that company. And then you've got his grudge with Vince Russo and the fact that Russo took his job. But the bigger issue here is a narrative that these popular podcasts reinforce. WWE is flawless. Triple H is a genius. And AEW, it's a complete disaster. But let's be honest. Let's be honest, shall we? Triple H didn't build WWE. Didn't build it from scratch. He inherited a multi-billion-dollar company from Vince. It's been around for generations, the WWE, or the WWF. The only reason he got that job that he's have now is because he married into the McMahon family. Meanwhile, Tony Khan, a lifelong wrestling fan, yeah, he's got resources. Yes, he had his dad's money, took a risk, and gave both wrestlers and fans an alternative place to work, and an alternative for us to watch. But he's painted as the villain. Make it make sense, guys. Make that make sense for me. Let me know what you think down below about the way these podcasts are acting. But at the end of the day, in my opinion, for these podcasts, fans deserve honesty, balanced opinions. And that's what you're going to get here. Not one-sided agendas that protect the WWE while burying AEW. Let me know what you think down below. Am I being too harsh? Am I being over the top? Am I going too far? I want to know what you think. Am I on the money though? I think I am. But let's get down to the shows that I watched this weekend, shall we? Let's kick it off with another Dynamite that was hotter than ever. Darby Allin running around with a flamethrower. It was the fallout from All Out. Let's get down to it. AEW World Tag Team Championships were on the line to kick off the show. We had Brodito versus the Gates of Agony. And it made sense why the Gates of Agony were in this match. A great six-man tag win over the Hurt Syndicate. So why not? Why shouldn't they be the number one contenders straight out the gate on Dynamite, challenging Brodito? A great tag match that you felt you didn't know that Brodito were going to retain. And I like that. I like not knowing who's going to win. There were other title matches on this show that were blatantly obvious where the champion was retaining. This one was not that. You didn't know if Brodito were going to retain. And I like that. I'm enjoying everything Brodito have done. I'm enjoying everything so far with the Gates of Agony and the Demand with Ricochet as a heel. Let's may it continue. Long may it continue. This was a good tag match. I enjoyed the opener. Yeah, it was a long match. Some of the cameras missed some of the spots, and that's not the wrestler's fault. But still, it was a decent opening match. A good opening match. Then we had the AEW, another title match. It was an open challenge. It was the AEW World title on the line. Hangman Page defending against the Ring of Honor Pure Champion Lee Moriarty. Now, I don't know why Lee Moriarty's getting a title shot. Maybe because he's the longest reigning Ring of Honor Pure Champion, but who really cares about Ring of Honor anymore? Let's be honest. They haven't done enough to make us care. And they haven't done enough with Lee Moriarty, in my opinion. Because from watching this match, Lee Moriarty is a star. Lee Moriarty has the potential to be a really top wrestler, top contender, top star in AEW if he is given the right push, the right creative, and the right people to work with. He has that potential. That's what shone through, in my opinion, in this match. And we need to see more of Lee Moriarty. We really do. We don't see enough of him. Where has he been? Where has he been? Yeah, it was a decent match, so I did enjoy it, but it was far too obvious that what Paige was retaining. We are not seeing Paige dropping the title on a Dynamite to Lee Moriarty when they've done nothing with Lee Moriarty for months and months and months, maybe even years. Maybe it's been years since we've seen any serious push for Lee Moriarty. If you're going to have someone win a title like that or contend for a title like that on a show, on Dynamite, at least have someone that's been in the spotlight for the last few weeks and months. Not someone that's just coming out of nowhere that you haven't featured. Let's have it right. And we get Adam Copeland backstage with Christian Cage, and it seems like Adam Copeland is going away for a while. What is going on now? I thought we were continuing the FTR feud after they spike power drive Beth after the tag match at All Out. Now Cope is leaving. Why? That doesn't make any sense. It really doesn't. And then you get FTR in the ring cutting a promo and they're going nowhere with it. Absolutely nowhere with it. Now Cope has left. It really, really baffled me why he would leave now. Why you try to continue the story on at All Out, but Cope is leaving after All Out. Didn't make a lot of sense to me. Maybe he'll come back and get some revenge eventually, but what does this mean for Cage now? Where does he go from here? That wasn't answered. That was poorly done, in my opinion, poorly executed. They could have done better. FTR, like I said, were in the ring cutting a promo. They wouldn't apologise for what they'd done. And then the music hits, and here comes Willow. I'm a fan of Willow. I am. And I'd like to see her do more with Willow. I've been saying that for a very long time, and I thought they were going to do something with Willow here. I thought, do it. Spike pile drive that bitch right now after she slapped Stoke. They should have done. Not have Jet Speed come out and super kick them out the ring and then just lose their heat from that moment. Oh no, keep the heat. Keep the heat. Spike pile drive another woman. Let's do it. Remember when the Dudleys used to powerbomb women through tables? That's how they got over. They got over by powerbombing Mae Young through a table. That's how the Dudley boys got over big time in the WWF back in the day. So why not have FTR start power driving women? Let's do it. Let's do it. But now we got Jet Speed super kicking them out the ring. Okay, all heat gone. All heat gone. We had an MJF promo and he's brilliant at these promos, but this one seems like he's going off. He's going to take a break. I think he's making another film. I can't remember what it is, but yeah, we're not going to see MJF for a while. That's another star off the show to join with Will Ospreay and Swerve, and how many others are leaving? Cope's gone, and how many more do they want to lose? Yeah, they're taking a bit of a hit here. They really are. The stars are all walking away. I don't know. We had a 6-man tag match, and it was Okada, it was Takeshita, 2 big stars in my opinion in this company that need to be put over more. And we had Hechicero, who I've enjoyed watching recently. They were going up against Briscoe, Hologram, who is undefeated, I find out later. What? How and why? And their mystery partner and the way they introduced him. Fantastic. Orange Cassidy. We had Don Callis on the mic just before. He says he's got a new painting to reveal. It gets wheeled out, some massive painting with a cloth over the top of it. Cloth falls down and it's Orange Cassidy standing in the frame. And Don sells it like Orange Cassidy has broken his painting. Oh, who came up with this? What creative genius created this? I laughed my arse off. It was that bad. It was so bad. The match was okay. Hologram did impress me in this, and Njpw as well. I'm a big fan of Takeshita. Orange Cassidy is back, and he's always good and fun to watch. And at times, but that's all you want to see. You want to see him in little bits and bobs and just make you laugh here and there. You don't want him to have a serious match. Mark Briscoe is the big babyface, in my opinion, at the moment. The biggest babyface AEW have at the moment. And the one they should be pushing the most, in my opinion. This was a decent match. And I was surprised that Hologram picks up the win in the end. He defeats Njpw. Protostar comes out at the end. Here comes the Protostar, Kyle Fletcher. And I'm thinking they're going to continue this storyline with Mark Briscoe. But no, he's challenging Hologram to a match. He wants to face Hologram for the title. Even though Hologram doesn't have a title, he is undefeated. He wants to break this great undefeated streak that no one knew about of Holograms, that they never mentioned at all until Kyle Fletcher mentioned it. When have they ever mentioned this? When was the last time they mentioned that Hologram was undefeated? They don't. It was like some Goldberg streak. It's 34-0 though. I did enjoy the Jurassic Express video package, and yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing them coming back. They do some good video packages, AEW. They really do. And I enjoyed this one. And I'm looking forward to see what they do with Jungle Boy, Jack Perry and Luchasaurus. Finally back together. The music hit as well. The crowd were loving it. Whoa. It's a fucking banger. Then we got Claudio Castagnoli versus Big Willie Hobbs. And this was quite boring. I can't lie. This was quite boring. The match itself was quite boring. It got better when Pac got there and distracted Big Willie Hobbs. Claudio got the win, and Joe runs out. Riders attack. Hangman makes the save. That was the most interesting part, what happened after the match, to be honest with you. Then Tony, or as Excalibur has now christened him, the new nickname that we are running with now from now on and forever, T-Bird. That's right, Tony Khan will now forever be known as T-Bird. What a nickname. T-Bird announces that there is a new championship. The women deserve a new championship. Of course they do. Of course they do. The women deserve a new championship. We got women's tag team championship. Now, I don't mind women's tag team championships at all, as long as you feature women's tag teams and feature the women in that division. Not like a certain other company who bring out these titles and then you never see them again. You never see them defended, you never see a division. There's just no reason for it. As long as we get a few women's tag teams put together, maybe get a tournament or something, we're bound to for them. T-Bird loves a tournament. So we're bound to get it. And I can't wait. I do love a tournament as well, I can't lie. So yeah, should be all good, shouldn't it? Women's tag team titles, let me know what you think down below. Do we need them? Do we not? It's good for the women. Surely it is. Surely it is. It features them more, gives them more to do. Anyway, talking about the women, they finished off the show with the AEW Women's World title on the line again. After she wins the title at All Out, is she dropping it here in her first defence? No. There is no way Chris Statlander, after beating Tony Storm for the title at All Out, is dropping it on Dynamite to Mina Shirakawa. It's just not happening, is it? It's not going to happen. It was very predictable. And to be honest with you, I like Chris Statlander. I liked the match. The one thing I don't like is that finisher she is using. The seat belt. What a shit finisher that is. Shove it back up Wheeler Yuta's arse, please. We don't need it. We don't need it. She don't need it. She had a better finisher than before that. Why is she using that crap move? Anyway, talk about Yuta. Here he comes after the match, hugging Statlander. The rest of the Death Riders come to the ring. And this was a cool moment when you thought Harley Cameron had lost her best friend. You thought Chris Statlander was joining the Death Riders as she hugged Wheeler Yuta. And then she turned around and takes his fucking head off with a clothesline. What a fucking clothesline that was. Then she flips off Moxley, and with her best buddy Harley Cameron, they escape through the crowd. And then the music hits. Here comes Darby with a fucking flamethrower. I'm thinking, are they building to an Inferno match? Is that what we're doing now? After Darby sets him on fire all out and he's coming out with a flamethrower, surely we're going for some sort of fire match. It's got to be Inferno match where the ring's set on fire and the two are wrestling inside it. But no, Darby challenges John Moxley in the end to an I Quit match at Wrestle Dream. That's what we're getting. An I Quit match will be pretty brutal as well. I mean, what more can they do to each other? What more can these two do to each other? Let me know what you think down below. Are you looking forward to that one? It's going to be brutal. It's going to be absolutely mental. Anyway, talking about mental, talking about destruction. We're talking about destruction in Kobe. It's New Japan. And yeah, let's talk about some Japanese wrestling, shall we? Let's get away from America. Let's go east and let's talk about New Japan's destruction in Kobe. Because we've got some new champions to talk about. They kicked it off with was it a 10-man tag? I'm pretty sure it was. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 10-man tag. House of Torture going up against Shota Umino, Yuya Uemura, Yoshihashi, Yo and El Desperado. The House of Torture, of course. You've got Evil. You've got Sonada. You've got Dick Togo. You've got Doki and Sho. This was one of those decent opening multi-man tag matches that you see from New Japan. You see a lot of multi-man tag matches on their opening shows. What I didn't expect to happen was Yuya Uemura picking up the win with a great Hurricane Rana on Togo. Togo, man, he just don't care, man. He will just eat a pin straight away. You know it's him eating the pin, man. You know it when he's in a match. Then we go to singles matches, and in my opinion, no one does a singles match better than New Japan. We got a legend retiring, ladies and gentlemen. One of the greatest of all time retiring. Hiroshi Tanahashi, one of the greatest professional wrestlers of all time, is on his retirement tour. And this has been the greatest retirement tour of the year. There is no retirement tour that's happening at the moment that can get anywhere near it. Look at the matches he's had. Look at what he's done. This is how you retire as a professional wrestler. Hiroshi Tanahashi defeated Great-O-Khan in a decent match. He reversed the claw slam into a roll-up, 1, 2, 3, and now it looks like Tanahashi is off to Pro Wrestling Noah. What a tour he's going to be on. He's going to be facing Kaito Kiyomiya. I'm not even going to try and, I probably butchered that completely. But anyway, what a legend. What a retirement tour. And I'm so glad I got to see his last match in the UK at Forbidden Door. Yeah, farewell, man. I'm so glad I got to meet him, got to see him. I've seen him so many times wrestle. What a legend. What a career. Thank you, Yoshi Tanahashi. The Neverweight Open Championship was on the line. And we've got to talk about Boltin Oleg. Boltin Oleg is a future star, and he's going to be snapped up, isn't he? If it's not by the big company, by the big monster, that just snaps everyone up and just ruins them, then it could be AEW. Because he is an absolute star in the making. What a match he had here with Don Farley, and I'm enjoying his new character of Don Farley. He has stepped up finally from the underboss. He is the main guy now. He is the Don. He is the Don Farley. But yeah, like many House of Torture matches, constant interference from Evil and Dick Togo. And they attacked Oleg, and then after the match, finally, Oleg was able to defeat Don Farley, find a way to win with that awesome rolling senton that he does. No one does it better. What a move, what a finish. Evil attacks and reminds Oleg that everything is evil, and he's coming for the Neville Openweight title, and Evil is next. The IWGP Heavyweight Tag Team Championships were on the line, and we have new, that's right, we have new IWGP Heavyweight Tag Team Champions. The Knockout Brothers. If you're not familiar with the Knockout Brothers, then go check them out, because you are missing out. Trust me, they are very, very impressive. Another guy that is going to get snapped up quick by the big monster or AEW is Oscar, this guy from Germany. He is a beast in the making. Yuto Ice. How can you not love him? With the bumper clock knee, how can you not love this tag team? How can you not love this match with Taichi and Tomohiro Ishii? Great tag match. And the tag team division in New Japan is heating up. We've got new tag champs. Straight after, Yuya Uemura, Shota Umino come out challenging the new champs. Sorry, getting over a cold. Been talking for a while, but we're nearly done. Because next up, it was the GHC Junior Heavyweight Championship on the line. Hiromu Takahashi, Taiji Ishimori stole the show, in my opinion. Eyes are watering. Great match. Really enjoyed it. I mean, Hiromu is one of my favourite juniors of all time. Great. That's why he's on the wall. That's why he's there. He's so good. And I'm a big Ishimori fan. So this was a great match, in my opinion. Did you enjoy it? Let me know. And then Hiromu picks up the win. And then straight after, here comes Eita from Noah to super kick his head off and challenge him to a match. Yota Tsuji and David Finlay had a decent match as well. Tsuji got the win over Finlay. The IWGP Global Championship was on the line, and Gabe fucking Kidd. We just keep producing them, don't we? We do in this country. Absolute stars. Absolute bangers. The wrestlers that can just put on banger after banger after banger. You got the likes of Will Ospreay. You got the likes of Drew McIntyre, who unfortunately is with the big monster, but still you can't deny it. You got the likes of now Zack Sabre Jr. and you got the likes of Gabe fucking Kidd. Guy's a star. Brilliant match. Go check out Gabe Kidd versus Shingo Takagi and tell me you didn't love it. It was brutal, it was hardcore, it was hard hitting, it was everything I love about professional wrestling, and so is Gabe Kidd. What a transformation he has come from the days of the British independent scene all those years ago when he was Gabriel Kidd to now Gabe Kidd. I know it's not a massive name change, but the change in character, the change in attitude, the change in appearance, the change in his work rate, the change in everything about him is phenomenal. What a star. What a star. And what a great match. And long may he reign as the IWGP Global Champion, but Yota Tsuji is on his way. Should be good. Then the IWGP Championship was on the line. And another Brit flying the flag. Zack Sabre Jr. retained his title in a classic, an absolute classic, against Ren Narita and another member of the House of Torture, and another one of the House of Torture sort of matches where Zack got attacked from every angle by every member of the House of Torture, but somehow, some way found a way to win and retain the title. It's because he's the best. One of the best wrestlers on the fucking planet. And he's British. It's a theme, innit? We do produce the best. In my opinion, we've got the best three in the world at the moment. One of them's out injured. Will Ospreay, Gabe Kidd, Zack Sabre Jr. Show me three better wrestlers. Thanks for watching Grey Talks Wrestling. I hope you've enjoyed the show. If you've got this far, thank you very much. Let me know what you think down below. Please do comment. Please do subscribe. If you have done so and you know other people who like professional wrestling, then get them on here. Get them to subscribe. Thank you very much. I'm trying to build this channel up. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Stay safe. Stay lucky. Peace.